Hey, we back. I'm here on BTD6 today, where we're doing Spillway CHIMPS, and I just thought I would add a bit of extra context on the start of this one, because if you've seen any of my other CHIMPS runs, you'll know that I'm basically doing them in order, and this is far from in order, because we've suddenly skipped to like an advanced map, and we were currently doing beginner and starting intermediate ones, and I don't know, bit random. Also, the strategy that I'm using for it kind of sucks, which is weird. But basically, this is because a few weeks ago on stream, when I was doing other stuff, I got into a conversation about which is the easiest advanced map, because I said it's probably Spillway. To be fair, I was immediately corrected on Cornfield, but then I said, okay, well, the second easiest is Spillway. And apparently, I'm in the minority for thinking that, so I said during the stream, oh well, I'll give it a go then. I gave it a couple of goes, didn't want to spend too long on it because I was doing other things, but yeah, gave it a couple of goes. I'll admit, did not manage. A little harder than I expected, because I wanted to go with the same strategy that I use for like the beginner maps, which is obviously, you know, quincy start and then like some random other stuff like Wizard's the best tower, so Wizard. And I said at the time, Wizard's really good on this map because it can see through the walls. You don't need to get rid of them. It's great. It's OP. Anything that can see into the middle of this track is OP because the balloons go around the inside like twice. It's actually a reasonably long track. You can hit them for a long time. I was like, Spillway, easy. I found it was a little 50-50 to survive round 14 unless I quickly changed the Wizard's targeting to strong for just a second there, which you'll have seen me do perhaps, and then that made it basically guaranteed. Also then on round 15 using Quincy's ability, and aside from the regular strat, I ended up having to put a low tier sniper in the middle for the late teens. But other than that, it's basically exactly what I wanted it to be. We've got the Wizard, he's going to be going up to Archmage, I'll alchemize him, and I'll throw in a Heli as well, because Heli can also get into the middle there, and Wizard and Heli together can basically just do all of Chimps. The rest is all just going to be supporting stuff, I suppose, and you'll see from here on, basically the run is complete once we buy Arcane Mastery. There's a little difficulty at the start, you know, having to use Quincy's ability, having to buy the sniper, but yeah, once we get Arcane Mastery, the entire run is just going to be very easy, so I'll speed up some bits. I might mention a couple of moments here and there, like round 63, 78, particularly difficult rounds, and you'll notice how they were not even slightly difficult. The run as a whole is actually very easy from this point onwards. As always, the only difficulty in Chimps runs is the start, and we've basically got past the start, so Spillway easy, Quincy and Wizard Star OP, especially on this map. I continue to think that it is the second easiest advanced map, at least, and you'll see how the rest of this strat plays out. As you can see, I didn't even bother to stop at 63, nothing of note really happened. Arcane Spike just kind of takes care of it. And then Archmage takes care of everything else afterwards, basically. One thing that it does struggle with, of course, though, is the purple balloons. And so on round 78, the second ceramic rush, it will struggle with a little bit because the purple balloons get in the way and we can't quite afford the Apache Dart ship on round 78. So I just use Quincy's arrows there to make short work of it so we don't have to worry about it. I can confirm, I went into Sandbox afterwards to test, they can take care of it. This defense is good enough to take care of the second round of 78 without Quincy's arrows, but I just felt like using them to be safe. We have the ability, we might as well use it. Quincy has been pretty much useless since the early game now. He's really good to start off, I will stand by that. But yeah, his ability is only really good for 63 and 78 and I don't know, maybe the late 90s as well for that MOAB popping power on the first ability. But anyway, we don't really need it, so he's just kind of chilling there. The rest of them will just sort out everything else though. We're going to save up for Apache Prime now and then buy some random stuff. As you see, we can just about afford Apache Prime by the end of round 92, so that's going to help out a lot with the last few rounds. And then after that, I said we would buy some random stuff. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to get a mortar here, because mortar, again, can see into the middle, and with the top path, its range is big enough that it can pop, well, it can pop all of the path, that's the point, all in one go, which is quite nice, so it has reasonable popping power. So I like top path on this map, but, you know, whatever. All works good, and I've put it in the village radius as well so we can see the camos, which is just nice and helpful. It's got the jungle drums as well, you know, slightly buffed. And then I'm going to upgrade the sniper as well. We've had him there the whole game, we might as well. I'll get him up to main Moab because that'll help with stuff. I believe I also put him on first instead of strong because we want to be stalling the first stuff rather than popping them all into one go. I'm mainly worried about 98 when I will admit this was not my first attempt. I had a couple of attempts beforehand where I figured out that I needed the sniper in the first place, and then once I bought the sniper I made it to 98 and then died. So this is why we're doing this here. We've got the sniper up, we've got the mortar, and then that's basically all we need. I'm going to throw down another heli apparently, but it's going to take me so long to figure out where to place it. I can't remember where I do place it. I think I wanted it in the village radius, but it doesn't work out. Anyway, yeah, get us a random Moab shaft because that's some more stalling. Just kind of buying whatever, like it doesn't really matter. This defense is already good enough for the end of the game, so should be no problem. Anyway, was I actually trying to do anything with this video? Not particularly, mostly just wanted to put out another Chimps one. I just felt like giving that bit of extra context, and of course it wasn't on stream, which is the other point, so I didn't have any live commentary, so I thought I might as well talk about this stuff instead and give you time lapses and whatever. So yeah, that's my Chimps one for Spillway, another fine addition to the collection, and I successfully did it with the exact same strat as beginner maps that I have done previously. I don't really think this proves anything, that wasn't really my aim. I think that Spillway is the second easiest advanced map, but the fact that you can complete it with a Quincy start really doesn't show anything. I'm sure you could do that on a lot of the advanced maps and probably even the expert ones. At the end of the day, Quincy start is pretty good. Anyway, I will now shut up. Bye!